Okay, so how I'm gonna change things is on February 1st, I'm gonna bring in groups 3 and group 4 because they usually come in on Thursday, Friday, right? And the reason why I want them already on Monday is because I need some time to market, uh, finish your report cards, because that Tuesday after we're starting right up, right? All different courses for me too. So I need to have all of that ready, packaged, and ready to go. So I need to get this right because you're the afternoon group. I always mix that up. So you are group 2, and then group 1 writes it on Wednesday, the 3rd. Okay. So 3 and 4 comes in on Monday, group 2 on Tuesday, group 1 on Wednesday. Okay. So that's how it's going to be. So some of you, I guess you can see it as you're getting a bit of an extension. But you know what? By the time Friday rolls around, you should have reviewed enough and be ready for that anyways. And then maybe give it one more weekend to brush up your skills. Maybe start a brand new study sheet. I don't know, whatever you need to do to get there. Okay. And so this will be during class time. During class. So this is what I'm going to say. If it February 1st, I think is day 6. So this will be last period of the day for this group. Yeah, it's day 6. So you can stay a little longer if you need to, right? Like say you're running out of time, no problem, right? Just budget for that. If you are this group here, right, you'll be right after lunch. If you want to come in earlier, just like the trig test, you're most likely going to be done with time to spare, right? But that way you're not stressing over the time factor. So you just come in here in my class 15-20 minutes before, right? Let's say 12:30, right? It should be 12:30 here. And then group 1, you get to stay a little longer after if you want to. And so I'll give you all like 10-15 minutes or so extra if you need to. It's a provincial thing anyways, like the provincial exam these days, we add a few 20-30 minutes at the end to account for that. So what is going to be on the test, Mr. Dirksen? If you do these 2 booklets, the green one and then the white one, then you know it all. You know everything that you can expect is right on here. Okay. So if you go through this worksheet and you're like, yep, I got all this, yep, do it anyways. Brush up your skills. Copy down an exact question if you have to. Okay. If you have to, it's like, well, this question I don't really know how to do without help. Okay, guess what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this down and show step by step how I solved it. It's not cheating. It's a study sheet. You do the work. You know what you need, right? You know what you need to be successful. Mr. Dirksen, I lost my study sheet. Can I have another piece of paper? Yes. Can you start it on loose leaf? Yes, right? It doesn't have to be on that sheet that I gave you at the beginning of the year. It just cannot be I know it happens every once in a while. Somebody brings in 3. I have part of it here and part of it here and part of it's like, no, that's going to be a solid no. Okay, like you need to have one. Now you're pushing it, right? You're pushing the envelope. Don't do that. Bring a calculator. Don't bring your cell phone. Most of you did just fine with that. And so that's that. So I'll do the attendance a little later. Let me see if a few of you joined later. I'm going to say this. There's less than a handful of you that need to write the test. Probably 3. You need to make sure you get that done. I'm not going to chase you, right? You know who you are. You're in high school, right? You need to make sure you make arrangements, right? Don't just let it go. So you contact me, it's like, I need to write it, sure. But it needs to happen ASAP before the end of the week, okay? Because I want to return the tests, which I'm still marking. So those of you who came late, just a review, it's no longer all happening on one day, that last final test. February 1st, groups 3 and 4 come in. It's right, last period of the day. Group 2, February 2nd. Group 1, February 1st. So we're going to do it in like a staggered approach. Thursday, Friday, we will see what we do there. Okay, I'll still do the attendance because we're supposed to, but I'm not going to teach anything new. Let's just put it that way. Okay, we're going to tie up any loose ends if we need to. All right, take out this green one. We're going to do the green one. If you'd rather do this on your own, you can tune me out if you can. I know it's hard to tune out my voice. You can work on your own. That's fine. But this is how I will walk you through, because most students like to be, going through this step by step. Okay, so there's a caveat. There's a little bit of a hook though. I'm gonna always pause, let you do some, then we're gonna do it together. I need you to either have that factor of, wow, I don't know how to do this, or yeah, I got this. I'm gonna do all of these and just answer them because I know what to do. I need you to have that confrontation. So don't sleep, don't fall asleep. This is the last little bit. So take how about 10 minutes or so to do the first page. If you want to keep going, go for it, but I'm going to wait 10 minutes till 2:30, and then I'm going to start doing the first page, and then pause again, do the next page, pause, do the next page. Okay, so I'm going to pause the recording here. We'll keep going. Round your answers to 2 decimal places unless otherwise indicated. Include units, very important, right? And your answers, always use the pi button. Your calculator, make sure your calculator is set to the correct mode, right? You want degrees. Okay, round to 2 decimal places, so that'd be 18.97. This would be 25, right? 206.25. This would be 3.80, right? Because a 6 would bump that to a 10, bumps that to an 8. And nearest whole number, you look at the whole number, there's a 1 there, so it just stays 84. Keep going. Find the perimeter of a rectangular yard with a length of 25, width of 20. Okay. 25 by 20. So perimeter is 2 times length plus 2 times the width. So this is 50 and 40. That'd be 90. And we are in meters. Find the perimeter of the following shape. It's a little bit deceiving, but it's 5 this way and another 5 on this side here. So it's 2 times 5 plus you're traveling 6 on your way there, and you're traveling 6 again on your way back. So it's 2 times 6. So this one is actually done the exact same way. But if you want to add every piece individually, that is just fine. So that's 10 and 12, 22 feet. Or let's start here. 5 plus 6 plus 2 plus, this must be 3 here. This must be 5 minus 2 is also 3, plus 3. So that's 3, 6, 9. 2 is 11, 17, plus 5 is 22 feet. Okay, so you do what you need to do to get that right. Area of a circle. The TRIG booklet has a formula sheet at the back. Okay, and that formula sheet I will also have available if you come through here. But if you want to bring your own, you can do that. But it's pi times the radius squared. That's the area of a circle. In this case, the radius is 15 divided by 2, which is 7.5 inches. So the area would be pi times the radius squared. So depending on what kind of calculator you have, right, you go 7.5 squared, oops, right, times pi, shift, for me it's a shift, I have to press shift, and that's 176.71. And we are in squared units, okay, squared units territory. They don't ask for the circumference, but the circumference is 2 pi radius, so it's 2 pi times 7.5. That's 47.12 inches. That's just inches because it's the distance around that wheel, right? Circle. Last one, then it's back to you. This is a composite shape. And you will notice that this green one is a warm-up, then the white one is a bit more intense. Okay? Composite shape. So we've got a semicircle and we've got the triangle, right? So I'm going to do the area of the semicircle. I gave you formulas, so this would be a good one to have. Area of the semi would be pi r squared divided by 2. You have to divide by 2, okay, because it's half a circle. So it's pi. Radius here, you should probably get that right. It's 8 divided by 2, which is 4 meters, right? The radius of this circle would be 4 meters. So you go 4 squared divided by 2. So you go 4 squared, which is 16, times pi. And then you divide it by 2. Make sure you don't forget that. 25.1327, and it keeps going. Squared meters. The second one, which is the area of triangle, that'd be base times height divided by 2. It's always divided by 2 for any triangle, by the way. So then this is my base. This is my height. Okay. So base is 12 times 8 divided by 2. That's 48, right? 12 times 8 divided by 2 is 48 square meters. Total is 1 plus 2, which is 3. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. So you just add them up, right? That's 73.13 square meters rounded. And always indicate your final answer like that. Oh, I was supposed to put it in here. My bad. Okay. I'll leave it there. Backside is you guys now. Or continue working, whatever. There you go. question 6, find the area of the shaded region. So they just want the area that is shaded in. So we can call the big area 1 and the small one 2. So the idea is find the whole thing as if everything was shaded in, and then we're going to subtract that little box that isn't from it, and that will leave us with what's remaining. Okay, so shaded will be 1 minus 2. Okay, so let's find the first one. It's 12 times 10. It's 120 square meters. Second one is 7 times 2. That's 14 square meters. So shaded, 120 minus 14, and that's 106 square meters. That's it. 7, convert 79 feet to yards. Oh, here it is, conversions. I don't know if you remember this. The one you're thinking of is that 1 yard has 3 feet, right? That's the one you're thinking of. I hope at least. You want to cancel feet, so you'll make sure you put the 3 feet down here and the yard up there. Cancel, cancel. In this case, it's 59 divided by 3 because it's times 1/3. So it's 59 times 1 divided by 3. And you get 19.67 yards. Rounded, right? It's 1.1966 and it keeps going. Millimeters to meters. Remember King Henry? King Henry died by, that's the base unit, that's your meter, liter, right? Drinking chocolate milk. This is the decameter, technically, right? So we have to kind of add that if it ever becomes an issue. So you're going from millimeters to meters. Millimeters is right here. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3 decimal places to the left. So the 6382 used to be, the decimal used to be here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. There it is. 6.382 meters. Or 6.38 meters. It's up to you. Yards to meters. The one you're thinking of is 1 yard. Has 0. I always forget this one. Is it 9144? I think so. 0.99144 meters. That's the one you're thinking of that gets you from yards to meters. So 7.6 yards times. You want to cancel the yards. So this 1 yard will go down here. 0.9144 meters will go up there. Okay, and then you will cancel out the yards. So it's 7.6 times this. And that is 6.95 of a meter. Okay. Centimeters to yards. This is the multi-step, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to convert this to meters. And then we're going to go to yards. Okay, that's the easiest way to do it. So going back, we're in centimeters, we're going to take it to meters, so 1, 2, right? We just move this one over 2 places, so it's 2.34 meters. And then we know that 1 yard has 0.9144 of a meter. So in this case, you want the 0.9144 down here to cancel the meters. So it's 2.34 divided by 0.9144. And there it is, 2.56 yards. Two-step question. If some of you want to already be proactive, right, you could have just multiplied this by 100 and know that 1 yard has 91.44 centimeters. Like if you want to add this to your study sheet, you wouldn't have to do that two-step. You would just automatically use this one and then get you there. Okay, because these are related exactly. I just multiply this by 100 to get me 91.44 centimeters. Okay, add to study sheet maybe right next to that. $11. Ribbon can be bought at two different stores. Store A sells it for $3.40 for 6 feet. Store B sells it for $3.60 for 2.2 meters. Which one is the better buy? You should be thinking unit price. Okay, that's what you should be thinking there. You know that they both have different units, right? So that's a problem. I'm going to go 2.2 meters times. I'm going to convert that to feet. I know that 1 foot has 0.3048 of a meter. That's also on your formula sheet or study sheet perhaps. You're going to cancel the meters. So it's 2.2 divided by this. And that is 7.22 of a foot, right? So the unit price for store A, got to make sure, right? Store A is, remember, it's cost divided by quantity. So divide them both. We go 340 divided by 6. That's 0.57 per foot. Store B, the unit price there is 360 for, it used to be 2.2 meters, but we know that 2.2 meters is this now. So we're going to use 7.22 feet. So it's this divided by that. And that's 0.50 if you round it. So which one is the better one? This one is better. By, we can actually do the math here. It's just 7 cents per foot. Right? It's better by 7 cents per foot. Maybe what I will do here is unit price is always cost divided by quantity, right? And so the answer is always dollars per unit, right? The cost of just getting one foot, 1 can, 1 meter, 1 ounce, it doesn't matter, okay? This one I'm going to need help with. The temperature outside is -7 Celsius. You wish, right? We all wish. What is the temperature in Fahrenheit? Yes. Okay, you're back now? Okay, just continue with the review. Okay, so what's the temperature in Fahrenheit? So you should have two formulas. Okay, let me see if this booklet has it. You should have two formulas, and I'll just look it up here. No. I know that Fahrenheit is at 9/5 for Fahrenheit. Yeah? You have a formula sheet there? Would you mind? Can I borrow it? Thank you. Somebody's telling me what it is. Oh, you're here. Okay, Isabella. Where is it? Here. Fahrenheit is 9/5 Celsius, and make sure that's in brackets, plus 32. I would have one of these on my study sheet if I were you. And I know already that next I'm going to need the other one. So it's 5/9 Fahrenheit minus 32. That's the other one. Thank you. Okay, so if I need Fahrenheit, I just plug it in. So Fahrenheit is 9/5 minus 7 plus 32. If you have a decent calculator, you can at this point actually type this all in. 9 times -7 divided by 5 plus 32. It will give you the right answer. But I will do this in steps. So I'll go 9 times -7 divided by 5. That gives me negative 12.6 plus 32. So then you add 32 to this, and you get 19.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? Remember, as a reference, 0 Celsius is 32 Fahrenheit. That should be that should stick. Okay? That's like the freezing point in Fahrenheit. Next question is asking, okay, in North Dakota, an indoor thermostat reads 67 Fahrenheit. What is the temperature in Celsius? So we go 5/9. Don't rush this, folks, okay? Do not rush this. 5/9, 67 minus 32. I'm just going to use my calculator to make sure I don't make mistakes. And now it says 5 times 35 divided by 9. And that's 19.44 degrees Celsius. There it is. Okay. I'll pause now, and then you can do the last two pages. It should be fairly new, fresh. Okay, just so we can get this all in one video, I will make it through starting on 14 there. Find the missing side length. Two sides are given. That's the one they're asking. You have to use Pythagorean theorem. In this case, it's one of the legs, right? So we just take the hypotenuse, square it, minus the other leg. And that would be 64, right? 100 minus 36. It's a nice round number. X is equal to 8, won't always be. The front cover of a book has a length of 20 and a width of 14. What is the distance between opposite corners of the book cover? So if this is your cover, right, let's say this is 20, this is 14. From opposite corners, you'd go across like this. Okay, so obviously this is 20 here, so you use one of these triangles. I'm going to use this one. That's the one they're asking for. It's the hypotenuse. So you just square and add the 400 plus it's 596, 2441. And that's centimeters as well. Okay. So far Pythagorean theorem, find the length of y, and you have an angle, so it's SOHCAHTOA, right? So we would label, this is the opposite side. Oh, don't worry about it. Right, hypotenuse across the 90, and this is the adjacent. So adjacent hypotenuse, we're thinking ka, right? So cosine of 38 is adjacent over 12. Put the 1 here, but you really just multiply, right? So it's 12 times cosine of 38. Make sure you do this so you know your calculator is set to the correct settings, okay? And it's centimeters. So there you have it. Nice review. A right triangle can be drawn between 3 cities on a map. The distance between city T and city C is 3 centimeters. Based on the following diagram, what is the distance on the map between city T and I? So they want to know this. Okay, so this is your angle, reference angle. This would be the opposite hypotenuse. O and H, that's so, right? So sine of 40 is 3 over x. Put the 1 here, multiply, then divide. So it's really this. 3 divided by sine of 40. That's 4.67 centimeters. Everything is in centimeters. You could solve the triangle now. You could use Pythagoras to solve for this, right? Between city C and I, and so forth. Determine the measure of the following angle, round to nearest whole. They want whole degree. They want angle. Label the two sides that are known. Opposite and adjacent, we got to use TOA, right? So tan of that angle, they use theta, it's just a letter, is opposite over adjacent. You find out what 8 divided by 5 is, it's 1.6. So the angle is going to be tan inverse of 1.6. And that's 57.99 degrees. They wanted a whole degree, so we're going to go 58 degrees. Approximately 58 degrees. Take a moment to write this down if you need to. And then we'll do the last page, and that's it for the green booklet. And I'm not sure if you heard right at the beginning that the final test will be written in class starting on Monday the 1st, and then 2nd and 3rd. Groups 3 and 4 come in on the 1st. Backside, a boy standing on the ground looks up at a helicopter, right? So the boy is down here, and the helicopter, look at this, my helicopter, like that. Anyways, right, you've got your helicopter up there. The helicopter is 100 feet off the ground. The distance between the boy and the helicopter is 180 feet. So between the two, it's 180 feet. What is the angle of elevation of the helicopter? Use the following triangle to help you sketch and label the situation. So they want this. That's what is unknown. We're going to call that A, right? Angle A. So looking out, that'd be opposite and hypotenuse. And so that'd be so, right? So sine of A is opposite over hypotenuse. You find out what that is as a decimal. 0.555, and we're going to round it to 4 decimals. So A is sine inverse of 0.5556, and that's 3375. There it is. Where's the angle of depression? It's right there. Angle is always like a measurement that measures the opening, that arc that is created by, right? It's not the actual line, folks. Label the angle of elevation and depression on this diagram. This would be elevation, that angle right there, and depression you would have to introduce a horizontal line and call that depression, right? That's the angle of depression. Do the angle 61, 62, and 58 form a triangle. Sum of angles in a triangle is always 180 degrees. So let's see, 61 plus 62 plus 58, that is 123, right? And I'll get you over. That's 181. Therefore, not a triangle. Okay. Last but not least, solve the following triangle. Write the measurements you find on the triangle. Where are we at time-wise? Yeah, we've got time. So when you have something like this, you need to start with an angle, right? Which one, Mr. Erickson, this one or this one? It doesn't matter. Position yourself here, label. Opposite, we don't care right now. Hypotenuse is here, adjacent is there. So start with ka, right? Call this A, call this B, and you can call this one C, right? That's probably good. We're going to use cosine of A, because that's what we're looking out of, is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. If you ever get an error, you set it up wrong. Okay, 24 divided by 30, that's 0.8. A would be cosine inverse of 0.8. Don't leave yet. 36.87. Okay, for A. Let's find B right away. 180 minus the 90 that's always there, minus 36.87. You get 5313. Boom. B is done as well. Let's find this one here. It's one of the legs, so it'd be square root of hypotenuse squared minus the other leg squared. That's probably 15. I'm going to fast forward. It's just 225, I think. It's 15. Yeah, 15 units. I want you to get used to writing down units, right? And so we're going to label it. This is 3687, 5313, and this is 15 over here. Okay, that's it. Tomorrow we'll do the other one.